Did you know that Power BI can connect to more than 100 data sources? Yes, more than 100. Today's video is going to be a masterclass on connecting Power BI to different data sources. With that, let's get started. Once you open Power BI desktop, you have to click on Get Data and you will see the most common data sources. Number one is Excel workbook. Once you select the Excel workbook, you have to navigate to the location of the file stored in your local machine and then simply click on Open. The file preview will show the contents of the file once you select the sheet, and you have to click on Load. Similarly, if you have to load multiple Excel files in one go, you can select Get Data from Folders. Once you select Get Data from Folder, you will have to specify the path of your folder on your local machine. What I have stored is sales data for different months. As you can see, the data preview will show the different files. This time I'm going to click Combine and Load. So the folder function has the feature wherein we can specify the folder path and it is going to collate all the list of files within that. So as you see in the preview, we are selecting the structure of the file. So we are instructing that it should be based on the first file. Click on OK. So as you can see, the data is loaded for all the months. We can see multiple months here. So the different files have been collated. Just like Excel files, Power BI also supports combining the CSV files. We will see one of the unconventional data sources that Power BI supports, that is directly scraping the data from web. So I'm going to pass an URL which contains the ICC players rankings. I'm going to simply pass this website URL into Power BI. Power BI has the capability to connect to a web source and it will go and try to scrape the data underlying that website. So as you can see, I can see different tables which contains different informations. So the table 1 contains the batsman rankings, table 2 contains the bowler rankings, and so on. I'm going to click on table 1 and load the data. Please note that this data will require a lot of cleaning as the web scraping is not always accurate. So as you can see, the data was loaded. We are going to move on to the third data source, which is the most common data source known as SQL Server. Once we click on SQL Server, it is going to prompt for a server name and database name. I'm going to enter my local server name. In this example, we are connecting to a local In this example, we are connecting to a local SQL server, but connecting to a cloud source is also similar. We just have to change the server name. So I have entered the server name of my local SQL server and I'm going to select DirectQuery mode. So as you can see in the previous connections, we did not get the option of selecting between import or DirectQuery. That is because all the Excel connections, CSV connections, they are connected in import mode. The web connection also that we saw is also in import mode. Databases have the functionality to connect in DirectQuery mode. The difference between import mode and DirectQuery mode is that in import mode, the data is stored within the memory of Power BI, whereas in DirectQuery, only the structure of the data is stored within the memory of Power BI. Since database contains large volume of data, ingesting all this data within memory of Power BI is not feasible sometimes. So that's where DirectQuery connection mode is recommended. So we are going to select DirectQuery. Once we select the data source, we can see the database within it, and within that database, we can also see the different tables. So for this example, I'm going to load some of the tables. So as you can see, Power BI can not only connect to Excel files, it can directly connect to your relational databases, whether your relational database exists on your local machine or on the cloud. So this was the ultimate masterclass on different data connections within Power BI and the different connection types between import mode and direct query mode. I hope this found this helpful. Thank you.